Welcome to Barefoot in America from Sedona, Arizona today with the gorgeous Cathedral Rock behind me. We're close to Buddha Beach and just really excited to bring you another practice. If you love what you're seeing, please subscribe, like, make comments, and give me suggestions for what you want for future practices as we continue to take this through the West. And this practice inspired by one of my friends who asked for a more active flow practice. So we're going to warm up a little bit today is my goal, and to challenge ourselves in some new ways. But keep in mind that yoga is all about you. So if downward dogs become excessive in your opinion and how your body feels, always honor yourself and rest in a child's pose. So I'll throw in a few suggestions if you want a easier variation, and often I'll build where I'll keep letting it get a little bit more challenging. So just honor yourself, meet yourself where you are throughout this whole practice, and it'll be doable for most of us. Start by sitting nice and tall. Find your best seated posture, an easy cross-legged posture, Sukhasana. And just take a moment to connect with your breath and let yourself fully be here now. Bring hands to your heart center, palm to palm, thumbs to sternum, sternum lifts to thumbs, and Anjali Mudra. Let there be a gentle bow of your head, the tuck of the chin, a Jaladhara Bandha. Take a moment to set your intention for today's yoga practice. And seal it with a deep breath. We're going to start the practice today coming over to all fours, hands and knees. If you need to pad your knees with a blanket, please do so. For myself, I'm on the rock, so I'm just going to unfold it by one, so I just have a softer surface. Hands under shoulders, fingers spread wide, knees under hips, big toe knuckles touch. Just sit back to your first child's pose. So if you're newer to yoga, this is the alternate to downward dog. Anytime I offer downward dog, if you feel like your body would be better resting, take the time to just melt into child's. Inhale it back up to all fours. Feel your hands like suction cups on the earth. Pull in your low belly. Extend your right leg behind you. Ball a foot on the mat. Press into your right heel, just creating a bit of a stretch in your calf. Feel the core engage. Feel the strength in your arms. We're just warming up the body. Bring the right knee back under you. Engage the core again. Send the left leg back. Ball a foot on the mat and then press into the heel. Bring the left knee back under you. Tuck both toes. Press down firmly in your hands forward and down to lift your hips up and back. If the hamstrings are tight, there's going to be a micro bend in your knees. The goal here is a long spine, and remember, your spine being elongated is always more important than your legs being straight. So from here, just let yourself melt into the downward dog. Taking a moment to feel the components, hands pressing firmly down and forward, using all the knuckles, the finger pads, and especially the thumb and index finger in the hand. Really press, press, press. Shoulders melt down your back just slightly so the neck has some freedom. Hips rising. Inner thighs spiraling towards each other just a notch. Maybe you feel that open in your hips and sacrum a little bit more. Bend your knees nice and deeply. Slowly re-straighten your legs to the edge before your back gets compromised. And then bend your knees again. And slowly straighten them. And one more time. Bend your knees. And slowly straighten them. Come on down to all fours again. And an alternate to child's pose is puppy posture. So if your knees don't do that, try puppy, where you walk your hands forward, melt your heart to the earth. Hips are right over the knees. It's a lot of extension of the spine. Forehead on the mat. Just relax the arms. Take another breath in puppy. Inhale back up to all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. For a modified Arm balance. We're going to bring the right foot right behind the left, the inside edge of the right foot behind the left. And if you know that you don't have the best balance yet, and this is new, maybe keep your right foot to that front back corner of your mat. But right foot behind the left, and then sweep your right arm up to the sky for stargazer. Do your best to firmly press through the left hand, reaching the right arm up, gazing at the stars if you have that in your balance. And if you still want a little more, float the right leg up, making it level with the pelvis, toe and kneecap pointed straight ahead. And then hold it there for another deep breath. Exhale it all down. Hand and knee find the mat, your choice. Child, puppy, or downward dog. Stay for 3 deep breaths. And if you're choosing dog, walk the dog. Bend one knee, straighten it, bend the other. Last deep breath here. Exhale back to all fours. Other side. Hands right under shoulders, knees under hips. Shift your weight to the right hand, right knee, left foot behind the right inside edge of the foot there. And then eventually floating the left arm up to the sky. Get yourself lengthened and centered. And then looking up at the left hand if you like that challenge. And if you still want more, float the left leg up, bringing it to hip height. Pull the low belly in. Feel your strength here, balancing in the arm and the leg. And then exhale it all down. Your choice, downward dog, child, or puppy. 3 deep breaths. And if you're choosing downward dog, just take a moment here to press into the hands, lift the hips up and back. And then raise up to your tiptoes and lower back down to your heels a bit. Raising up to your tiptoes, lowering to your heels. One more time, raise to your tiptoes, lower to your heels, everyone meeting in all fours. And from here, we're going to do Ashtanga Pranayama, or caterpillar posture. It's a great way to build strength for chaturanga. So bring your hands forward just a notch. Pull your low belly in. Your buttocks, your booty is going to stay in the air as your elbows hug your ribs, controlling the descent of your chest down between your hands. And then scoop it forward to a cobra. Exhale back up to all fours. And then try that again. Get settled. Pull your low belly in, Ashtanga Pranayama. Elbows hug the ribs, the chest lines up with the fingers, booty stays in the air, and then you just snake it through. And come back up to all fours one more time. Hands right under the shoulders, get yourself centered. Try it one last time. Inhale, pull your belly in just a notch. Elbows hug the ribs, chest comes to the ground before the belly, then scoop it through. Pausing in Sphinx pose, elbows under shoulders, and just give yourself a pause there. Slide your hands back to shoulder level, elbows squeeze your waist. Inhale, mini cobra. Exhale, back down. Inhale, mini cobra. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale, mini cobra. Squeeze your legs together like one. And if you want a little more, lift your hands and hover them in cactus or out in airplane arms. And lift a little bit more if you've got it in you. Hands come back under the shoulders. Inhale to a full cobra. Exhale, downward dog, child, or puppy. Settle in for a couple deep breaths. Inhaling forward to a plank. Really press your heels back. Get your shoulders over your hands. Imagine your hands kind of pressing into the earth. Low belly pulls in. Feel your strength here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest in downward dog or child. And if you're new to yoga, child's pose is definitely a resting posture. If you've been doing downward dog a long time, it can feel like a resting posture. And when I started yoga, I didn't necessarily think so either. And if you prefer the planks, you can always do them from your knees rather than your toes. Everyone in downward dog, inhale forward to a plank. Center the left hand, stack the right foot on the left, float the right arm up for a side plank. Opening the chest, lengthening your body, pull that lower hip up, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand comes back down to the mat. Left hand spreads. Downward dog, child or puppy, rest. 3 deep breaths. And then preparing for the other side. From downward dog, you can take your plank, knees or hands, and if you want the side plank, center the right hand. Left foot stacks on the left arm floats up. Lift that bottom hip, lengthen your spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're amazing. Set the left hand down, right hand comes wide. Rest in downward dog, child or puppy. From downward dog, float your right leg to the sky, but keep your pelvis level. Pull the low belly in, reach it a little higher, squaring your pelvis. Bring your right foot forward between your hands. And if you need blocks, take the time to use your tool. Press through the left heel, low lunge. And if you prefer, set your left knee down. If you don't need to, keep it right there. Float the arms up. Sinking into the front knee, whether you're high or low right now. Just bend the right knee, pull the belly in, lift the heart. Exhale the hands back down to the mat, framing the foot. Step your right foot back, downward dog. Settle in and float your left leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Square the pelvis. Lift the leg strong. Hold for a few more moments. And when you're ready, sweep your left foot forward between your hands. Pause in that lunge, and again, if you like the block there, place it there. Feel yourself pressing out of the right heel. And your choice, you can lower the knee or leave it up. Float the arms up and overhead. And for all of us, sinking into the left knee, pull the low belly in, lift the heart, reach for the sky. Exhale the hands down to the mat, frame the foot. This time step the right foot forward, hanging in forward fold. Melt into the forward fold. Feel yourself just dangling. Hands to shins or thighs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive all the way up to volcano. Exhale, hands to heart. Stand tall in mountain. Inhale your arms down and out and overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Giant step your right foot back, planting it at a perpendicular line to the left for warrior 2, and spiral your arms up to warrior 2. So your left heel bisects the arch of the right foot. We're sinking into the left knee, pressing through the outside edge of the right foot. Gaze out over your left middle finger. Relax the shoulders down your back. If warrior 1 is challenging enough for you, stay right there. If you want a little more, we're going to go into half moon. We're going to Take our right hand to our hip. I like to use the left hand on a block. We're going to set the block about a torso's length in front of us. Float the right leg up. It's very similar to your stargazer. Lift it till you feel like you've met your edge, trying to keep the left foot planted. And then float the right arm up to the sky, opening your heart, stacking the right shoulder on the left. Really flex the right foot, kneecap and toes pointed straight ahead. Lengthen the front of the torso. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come out of it, landing back in Warrior Two. And if you stayed in Warrior Two, perfect. Hands to your hips. Turn your left foot to the long side of the mat. Right foot to the short side. And if you need a second block on the other side, take the time to do that. And I'm going to let you know I'm heading downhill, so we'll see what happens. This time, bending the right knee right over the ankle. Arms come into a T. Gaze out over right middle finger. And really sense your Warrior Two shape. If that's enough for you, stay there. If you want the more, left hand on the left hip, grab your block, shifting your weight to your right foot. Set the block about a torso's length in front of you. Float the left leg up. Start to stack the left shoulder on the right, left hip on the right, flexing the left ankle strongly, and eventually left arm reaches for the sky, gazing ahead or up at the left hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it back down to Warrior Two. We're going to round this out the way we got here. Hands cartwheel down to frame the right foot. You're on the back of your mat. Find the ball of your left foot, step back, downward dog. Exhale to a plank, knees or toes. Everyone lower your knees, sit back to child's pose. And just widening it down with a couple earth salutes. Inhale to plank or all fours. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale to plank or all fours. Exhale to child's. Inhale to plank or all fours. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to plank or all fours. Exhale to child's. Last round. Inhale, plank or all fours to downward dog. Exhale to plank or all fours. Exhale to child's. And taking the time to just end the practice with pigeon. So come to downward dog. Float your right leg up to the sky and bring your right knee forward to your right hand. Slide the left leg back. If you need a block under your hip to level your pelvis, put one there. Lift your heart for cobra and pigeon. And then lengthening your spine, melt your forehead to stacked fist or the mat. Holding for 3 deep breaths. Hands back under your shoulders, tuck your left toes, press back to downward dog. Settle in your downward dog, left leg floats to the sky. Bring your left knee forward to your left hand, sliding the right leg back for a cobra in your pigeon. And if you like that block under your pelvis to help you keep things level, put it there. And then melting forward with a long spine, forehead rests on stacked fist. 3 deep breaths. Shift your weight to your left hip. Sweep your right leg around and forward. And go ahead and lie down on your back. And take a pause in Sukhasana. Stay here as long as you like. I thank you for joining me for the practice today from Sedona in front of Cathedral Rock. The place of divine light and truth in me honors the place of divine light and truth in you, where we are all one. Namaste.